Hey everyone, it's Matt from zenshop, and today I've got a really awesome update for you about how I'm actually working on the web technologies for a future update of zenshop. So as you know, I'm currently transitioning all of the code base from a React app to a Flutter app. And this is actually quite a complicated process because I want to be able to install the app via Shopify App Store, which is essentially a web app store. But we've got native apps now running on macOS, Windows, Android, and iOS. So we need to be compatible with the web. So you can see in front of us here a Chrome browser running a beta version of zenshop in the browser. And this is a WASM file of WebAssembly compiled from Flutter into JavaScript. And this is going to be the new experience for users who install zenshop. So I've got a couple of challenges here. Number one, I needed to support OAuth into this Flutter app. So I've managed to mostly do that. But the next stage is actually handling the onboarding experience. And this challenge that I'm working on right now, in fact, is transitioning users in between the different types of apps that I now support. So you can see in front of us a little pop-up explaining new features. That's not terribly exciting, but what this screen does is quite interesting. So Flutter is very powerful because it actually has really great mechanisms for detecting which environment you're currently in. So you can detect whether you're in a web browser, you can detect if you're on a Mac client or a Windows client. But in this case, I'm detecting I'm in a web browser, but I'm also not installed as a progressive web app. And I want to give users the ability to install zenshop anywhere they want, including as a progressive web app. And this is actually only available to modern web browsers, but all the major platforms will now support it. As of macOS Sonoma, which is shortly going to be released with the latest updates from Apple, and of course Windows with the Edge browser and Google with Google Chrome, all these major browsers now support progressive web apps. So I've got the ability here to install native apps and it will take you to the right app store. But we've also got this install web app option, which is really interesting. So I'm going to click it and you see right up there in the top right hand corner it says install. So this works on Edge as well. I'll click install. We've now got a new browser window opened with less Chrome on it. It removes the URL bar. We've also installed ourselves to the dock with our beautiful unicorn icon. And we've also installed ourselves into the native file system as well. So this makes the app launchable. And you'll notice we've got this new screen, grant permissions. So push notifications are also this new feature that I'm adding to zenshop, as well as real-time updates to the user interface from the database. So I'm going to enable the push notifications. And now we're in the app using it essentially just like the native apps. There's actually very little difference between them. And I'm very happy with the performance. And we've got some added benefit actually for using progressive web apps. Because it's using a browser-based technology underneath, we can use JavaScript. And I've got my help desk messenger here that we've now incorporating into zenshop. So this will allow users who are onboarding, getting started with zenshop, to basically just contact me, send messages, talk to me, and get going on zenshop easier. So that's now added into the desktop apps. We can't actually use the help desk yet in the Flutter apps because the Flutter app compiles to a different technology. But the progressive web apps enable me to use JavaScript and browser rendering technology. So I wanted to actually show you the technical underpinnings of how this is possible. So I'm going to open Visual Studio, and I'm inside my index.html file. So this is basically your entry point into the Flutter web environment. And you can see here there's a window event listener for the load. So this just obviously indicates when the browser is loaded. And we've got some entry points here into our Flutter engine. So I register a service worker for push notifications and Firebase. I'm using the HTML renderer. And I'm also doing a little loading spinner as well when we're loading up the WASM file. But additionally, we've also got these things as well. So we've got before install prompt. So this is another event listener that you can basically listen for, which notifies you that you're installable as a progressive web app. And you get a little event here, which I stash away. But what you can do is actually invoke methods via Dart into JavaScript. So if I go here, so I'm now in my Dart world, and I've got a button which basically calls a JavaScript function, as you can see here, to install the app. And that's what pops up the little install app thing. So there's a bit of interop between Dart and JavaScript, and a coexistence between the two, which enables this functionality. And I think it's amazing. Technology behind this is absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's the update for today. I'm going to have more updates soon. I'm going to be handling OAuth, and I'm going to be talking about how zenshop is interacting with the onboarding experience of new users through the Shopify OAuth, and then transitioning into native apps. So that'll be my next update. See you. Bye.